black mom raising biracial children. Of course people ask if I'm their nanny, or if I'm the babysitter, or if I'm their caregiver, or even if I adopted them. I'm a black mom raising biracial children. Of course their hair texture is totally different from mine, but I think I'm doing a great job taking care of it. I'm a black mom raising biracial children. Of course I get asked why my kids don't have blue eyes or green eyes or curly hair. Child, I don't know. I just carried the babies. They're healthy. Obviously their genetics were beyond me. I had no control over it. I'm a black mom raising biracial children. Of course kids at school and your friends ask if I'm their mom.
Hey, whose mama is Maddie, that? Your mama, blood.
That is your mama?
It's a lady trespassing right now.
But who that woman?
I ain't know your mama was
black.
God, how you so light-skinned?
I'm a black mom raising biracial children. Of course my kids know when my bonnet is on and my bra is off for the night,
She's not going anywhere.
And I'm not.
Imagine being a black mom in a supermarket, probably just minding your business, pushing your cart with your adorable biracial child, and then this happens. A stranger with probably zero boundaries tilts their heads, narrows their eyes, and blows out. Are they yours?
Alright guys, so tell me why I went grocery shopping earlier and took Breeze along with me, and this lady comes up to me and she was like, "You have a really cute kid." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And she was like, "Are you the babysitter?" Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Babysitter? No, I'm not the babysitter. I birthed this child, 8 months ago. I wouldn't be so upset about it if it didn't happen over and over and over again. I was at the airport a month ago and was nearly stopped because they thought I stole her. And I'm just like, this is my child. This lady was like, is that your baby? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay. This child looks like me, doesn't she? Okay, yeah, I know she has blue eyes.
She's got my eyes, she's got my hair, but she has your face, she has your nose, she has your mouth, and over and over and over again. And it always happens when I'm not with you.
I know. People, do y'all not understand how genetics work? Genetics do crazy things. Do y'all think she looks like me?
Or does she look like me?
Or does she look like Travis? I don't know. I think that she looks like me, but of course I'm her mother, so of course I'm gonna think that. But comment down below because I feel like I'm getting harassed now. Yes, guys, I was really stopped by a lady in the grocery store who assumed I was the babysitter of my own child. Now, the crazy thing is, once I actually told her that I was her biological mother, she still looked confused and walked away. Yes, guys, this little cute girl right here, say hi, Breezy. This little girl is...
She's saying hi.
Yeah, she's trying to tell you guys. I didn't kidnap her. I didn't steal her. I'm not the babysitter. I'm not the nanny. I am her mother. And it just so happens that genetics do crazy things. But I do want to say thank you guys for all your love and support that y'all gave me when I told you my story and what's going on with me. Apparently, a lot of you guys are going through the same thing that I'm going through.
A lady actually had to show her birth certificate to prove that the child was hers just because they didn't have the same skin tone.
I know. And it's crazy because it's 2024. I can't believe we're still going through this, you know. Crazy. But anyway, I'm going to be a big girl. I'm not going to let it bother me going forward. I'm just going to ignore it. I know the questions will still come. The looks, the stares, the rudeness, everything will still be there. But you know what? I'm going to move on. Right, Breezy? She says right.
Before we continue, guys, let me just say this video isn't about race or racism in a broad sense, but it's about the realities that black moms face with white passing babies every day. When I say white passing, this is in the context that we're referring to right now, which are biracial children whose physical appearance, such as maybe like a lighter skin, straighter hair, or European facial features, aligns closely more to societal perceptions of whiteness. So as a result, guys, they may not be immediately identified as black or mixed race. So the term will be used interchangeably in today's video.
So story time. So I had this woman ask me, and it makes my blood boil every single time I think about this, only because there's so much racism in this world, and it literally infuriates me. And a lot of people understand, but there's some people that really truly don't understand. So I had this woman ask me, because my baby is biracial, her dad is African American and I'm white, why do you have a black baby? Okay, for one, whatever kind of child or baby that I had is nobody's business besides mine. I fell in love with an African American man. I had a baby with him. Color doesn't matter to me. You know, race doesn't matter to me. I see people as people. I don't see people as black, white, Mexican, African, you know, whatever the case may be. And that really bothers me. You know, it's 2021 and there's still people in this world that see people as a race, see people as a color. You know, we all bleed the same. Everybody bleeds red. Nobody bleeds a different color just because, you know, they're white, black, whatever the case may be. But it really, it made me mad, but, you know, it kind of made me upset because I'm going to have to sit my daughter down one day and explain to her that not everybody's going to like her because of her color. And she isn't even fully black. And even if she was, that wouldn't matter anyway. I'm still going to have to sit her down one day and explain to her that there's going to be people that, you know, that do certain things or say certain things because you have African American in you. You're half white, half black. And it just really bothers me. You know, why would you ask somebody, why do you have a black baby? And I will never understand, because I was taught that all people are the same. You don't see people as race. You don't see people as what their color is. You see people as people. You know, there's so many amazing African Americans, you know, Mexicans, Italians, whatever the case may be. There are so many amazing people. And a lot of the time, most of the time, 100% of the time, it's white people that are the issue. And I really, you know, sometimes I sit and think, like, it's really sad that people of, like, my kind, you know, that are white, you know, judge people just because they have a different ethnicity, however you say it. You know, I don't know. I just wanted to say that because it really kind of hit somewhere different with me, because it's just really sad. It's just really annoying and angry. It makes me angry, and I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know.
The aim of this video, guys, is to highlight their stories, their challenges, as well as their lived experience, and not to spark any division, but of course to spark understanding. If you have your own experiences, whether you have biracial kids or you are biracial, please share your experiences down in the comment section below. First, let's give the flowers to all the moms out there who are raising biracial children. You know, these moms are the bridge between worlds, literally blending cultures, histories, and identities under one roof. It's absolutely beautiful, but let's not sugarcoat it, because for more of these moms, it's not always about those cute baby pictures or perfectly styled curls. But you realize that for black moms raising white passing kids, the experience is definitely unique.
We have 3 children.
When Pudge was born, it was a surprising moment because she definitely looked a bit different than the rest of our children.
As Pudge's mom, I get a lot of negativity. A lot of negativity.
Whose white baby is that?
You are such a great nanny.
She's renting babies.
How are you gonna rent the same baby all the time? And it's from both sides. I've seen people that appear to be black online that say that I shouldn't have that white man's child. Someone that we know and love, they thought that he had an affair. And I was like, no, she's my child.
So what happened was, I had an affair, took the fertilized embryo out of that woman somehow, put it in there, and then she grew the baby.
And how do you support Alex through these circumstances that she goes through?
Well, I'm there for her. Sometimes you just got to be there overall and, you know, be an emotional support person.
And I can only imagine that as the mom, they're tasked with teaching them about the reality that they may never experience firsthand. Now, let's get into a lot of these supermarket moments, because these are the classics. I'm asking, are you adopted? Are they adopted? Where did you get that from? Mom, genetics. That's exactly where they got it from. It's just crazy. It's like people can oftentimes forget that 2 things can be true at once. A black woman can birth a child with a lighter skin, blue eyes, straight hair, and yes, still be hers. I realize that there's a lack of understanding between how genes work and how mind-boggling it really is.
I didn't realize how openly people talked about other people's skin color until I had a daughter who is mixed race, and for a long time was white passing. It infuriates me every time people talk about her skin color in front of me and her. When she was born, I had so much anxiety taking her out in public because of the looks that I would get sometimes. I will never forget this one time. She was around 4 months old and I was combination feeding at the time. I struggled with breastfeeding, so I always used to take bottles with me when I went out. We were out in public and she was crying and I was trying to make her a bottle. There was a white couple putting their shopping away across from the bench that I was sat. As I got my baby out of the pram, they just stopped and stared. I remember thinking, oh, it's because she's crying. Until she said loud enough for me to hear, why doesn't she just give her to her mum? I decided to be passive aggressive and just whacked my boobs out for the world to see and proceeded to breastfeed in front of them. Shut them up.
Now, let's switch gears to the kids, because I can understand that while growing up white passing then in a black family can be a blessing and also a challenge at once. On one hand, these kids might, dodge some of those overt racism that their darker peers might experience. But on the flip side, though, they can feel disconnected from their black heritage, especially if society constantly reinforces that you don't look black.
Okay, so this is the last time I'm going to address a comment like this because I'm so over addressing comments like this, but I really want my last time to be very clear so that I can just tell people to refer back to this video if they want to come to me with some dumb shit like this. First of all, let's talk about the obvious. I'm super aware that I am not dark-skinned. I'm very aware that I am white. The sun reminds me every time I go outside without sunblock that I'm a pasty ginger. You don't need to bring that up to me. I know. Promise you, boo-boo. I know. Second of all, when people ask me what my race is, because that's the only time I talk about my race is when people ask me, because I'm not that mixed person that needs to cram down my blackness as everybody's throat. So when people ask me what my race is, I tell them I'm biracial. I always say I'm half black, I'm half white. My father is black, my mother is white. That is the only answer that I ever give. I never tell people that I am black, and I don't try to force people to refer to me as a black woman. That does not make any sense. Lastly, if your debate is that race is a social construct based on phenotypes, well, based on my phenotypes, based on how I look, 90% of the people that come into contact with me ask me what I'm mixed with, which would lead me to assume that I obviously don't look like a white girl, because if I looked like a white girl, then people wouldn't be questioning my whiteness. They wouldn't ask me what I'm mixed with because they would just assume I'm a white girl. But because people ask me what I'm mixed with constantly for the past 29 years of my life, obviously I don't just look like a white girl. I look like a mixed girl. I look exactly like what I am. I look like I am mixed. So I don't know what you're so pressed about when I say that I'm half black, half white. Obviously, I do know that some people are going to look at me like that's a white girl, and that is totally fine. That does not offend me. It only offends me when you ask me and I tell you I'm half black, half white, and then you're still going to be like, no, you're not black. Like, you just want to cancel out the black part of me. That's annoying. The time that I ever exclusively say that I'm black is when white people are doing some weird white people shit, like making out their dogs, and they're like, hey, Court, join us. Then I'll be like, nah, I'm black. We don't do that. That's the only time that I'll be like, nah, I'm black. Guys, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. This was super fun. If you notice the comments drop in the section, it's because shit got out of hand and I didn't want my whole mood brought down by a bunch of strangers on TikTok. So, like, have a blessed day. Love y'all. Bye.
Here's the thing that really gets me, is a society's obsession with categorizing people. A black mom with a biracial child does not have to explain herself, or shouldn't have to explain herself about her family dynamics to any nosy stranger at that. But somehow people feel entitled to an explanation if mixed families are a novelty instead of just our reality.
Okay, story time. So here is one of the things that you absolutely cannot do as a black mom to a white child. You thought that was funny? He thought that was funny. Okay, so one day we are in Target, okay?
That was not in Target.
Not right. No, we're not in Target right now. But one day we in Target, so he's potty training, right? He has to go to the bathroom really bad. So he cannot hold it. Oh, mom, I gotta use the bathroom. So I pick him up and I bolt to the bathroom, okay? Imagine me running with a 2-year-old, just running through Target, right? Oh my gosh. Oh Lord, like, you can't do that. So I am like, so we finally get to the bathroom. He uses the bathroom or whatever. Of course, I'm getting him cleaned up and getting ready to come out the stall. Upon coming out the stall, I see 2 women, not 1, 2, standing in front of the door. I didn't really think anything of it, but I just thought, things you can't do as a black mom to a white son, part 2. So of course you guys already know that I was in Target with my son and he had to use the bathroom. So now we are coming out the stall. There's 2 women standing there at the door. I thought they had to use the bathroom. I wasn't thinking that they were in there because of us. So I proceed to go to the sink to wash my son's hands. Okay, so as I go to the sink, I see the women started kind of box me in. So I'm looking around like, what's the problem? Again, not registering. So the next thing I know, the lady said, grab her. Grab who? Grab me? don't grab me, because baby, you getting ready to get beat up. You getting ready to get beat up. Like, what is going on? I'm thinking I'm getting ready to get kidnapped with my own son or get robbed. Now we kind of shuffling and scuffling back and forth. I'm trying to figure out what my toddler is. I heard one of them yell out, security is on its way. Then it registered to me, oh, they think I'm trying to kidnap my son. Part 3. So now me and the lady, we kind of pushing each other back and forth. And is she about 55 or 60 years old, right? So I hear my son like yell, mommy. Now he's like a little bit away from me. And I'm thinking that the other lady, who looks about 35 or 40, is getting ready to grab him. So at this point, I had to do what I had to do. I pushed her ass down, okay? Now she laying on the floor. She hollering like I just killed her or whatever. I runs over. So the other lady goes over there to try to aid the lady that's on the ground. I goes grab my son up as I'm leaving out. The security is coming in. I'm mad. I'm like, call 911. This lady trying to assault me. I don't know what's going on. The police get there. I'm telling them what's going on. And come to find out, I done broke her dang on finger. At this point, I don't even care. Like, so of course now they finds out that my son is adopted. They're apologizing and all this. Then this helper have the audacity to say, I won't press charges if you don't. Girl, your damn finger should be broke. Mind your business.
That's just bullshit. Her behavior was inexcusable.
Boy, I tell you, people can't mind their business. People can't mind their business. This is a single father to a black child, and a woman decides to harass them. So if you haven't, please go check out their story. It's just too much. And then this comment, which I get all the time. Well, aren't you glad that somebody is going to stand up, you know, and speak out? Because if the kid was truly kidnapped, no, we want you to mind your damn business. That's what we want you to do. Oh my God, you can't be black having a white kid. You can't be a white man out with a black kid. I mean, what the hell? Like, no, the kid does not look distressed. The kid is calling you mommy or calling you dad. Like, what more do y'all want? Like, damn, over the past couple of weeks, I've seen so many incidents where adoptive parents are getting harassed because the kid don't look like them. Like, y'all need to mind your own damn business. Like, this is too much. Or at least go out and adopt. That's the least you can do. Baby, go adopt.
This is a first for me. Stopped here, took the girls inside to pick up some cleaning supplies. Immediately noticed this lady like eyeballing me and following us around in a way. Go to check out, and she's right behind us and starts interrogating me. Are these your children? Where's their mom? I said, no, ma'am, technically they're not mine. I'm their foster dad, and I don't have a wife or a spouse. Mind you, I think this all stemmed because one of these girls doesn't look like Uncle Michael. I suppose that made this lady very suspicious. She proceeded with the interrogation. I don't believe for 1 second they would let a man foster these girls, let alone a man not married. Ma'am, you're more than welcome to come to my car. I have paperwork stating I'm their foster dad. Came to the car, pulled out paperwork, showed her my information. But where's their information? That's confidential, ma'am. Would you like to call the cops? She said, there's no reason for that. There's nothing wrong with a man raising kids.
Let's not pretend that this just stops at strangers. It happens at the school, at the doctor's office, even extended family members sometimes fall into this trap. You have to constantly prove that you're a parent, your own child, every time you fill out a form or you attend a parent-teachers conference. It must be exhausting and most of all, very dehumanizing.
Tell me something that happened to you because you're biracial. I'll go first. Okay, so these are my parents. This is my mom, this is my dad. My dad's background is Jamaican. My mom's background is Irish, English, Scottish, like a bunch of different kinds of white. This story takes place when I was in kindergarten. That's what I look like in kindergarten. I know, so cute. And then this is what my dad looked like when I was in kindergarten. He had me at 17, so that's why he's so young. Yep, and there's me. Okay, so now the story. So here's a better picture of him. So he went to go pick me up from school. I was in kindergarten. I had a doctor's appointment or something. So he went to the office to go be like, hey, I need to pick up my child. So they're like, okay, we'll go get her. The teachers and the secretaries at the school were like, you're here to get this little girl? Like, first of all, are you even old enough to have a child this age because you look like a minor? And second of all, this is a white ginger baby. Like, this is not your child. So they were not willing to release me to my father because they're like, there's no way. Shoot, I need a part 2. I genuinely didn't think anybody was going to see this video. So here is part 2. So where'd we leave off? Oh yes, we're in the office and they're refusing to let my dad take me. I think at this point they were even calling my mom to like verify that I was even supposed to be picked up by my father. I finally get to the office and my dad's not sitting beside me. He's kind of over there on the other side of the office and I'm over here with the teacher and principal and a secretary. And then they just ask me, Cora, do you know this man? And me, being the 5-year-old that I am, I would just think it's absurd that you would ask me if my dad is my dad, because like obviously he's my dad. How could you think that that's not my dad? So I look at the man behind my dad, who's this random guy, and I'm like, no, I don't know that man. So obviously once I said that I don't know this man who's trying to pick me up, they all flipped out for like 20 seconds. Oh my God, he's really trying to kidnap this little white girl. And before, my dad knew that this situation was going to escalate hectically, he's like, okay, everybody stop, just stop. And he looks at me, he's like, Cora, look at me. Like they're talking about me. Who am I? Like, oh, that's my dad. Duh, like obviously that's my dad. Yeah, this definitely was not the last time that anything like this had happened. I had a lot of situations with that side of my family where people just thought I was kidnapped.
No, what I love about this era is that Black women are no longer suffering in silence. They are taking to TikTok as well as other social media platforms to share their stories. Moms are talking candidly and openly about these ridiculous assumptions that they face.
I'm a mom of biracial kids. Of course people ask if all 4 kids are mine. I'm a mom of biracial kids. Of course the first thing people notice is their eye color. I'm a mom of biracial kids. They all have 4 different hair textures and I don't know how to style them. I'm a mom of biracial kids. Of course, the first question anyone asks is what sport their dad plays.
Whether you want to believe it or not, guys, these stories are relatable, raw, and they are absolutely necessary. They're sparking a conversation about race, identity, and what it means to be a parent in a society that is so obsessed with labels. So watching some of these clips, I really have to laugh, and laughing in shame, because if I don't, I might just cry.
People love telling me that my kids are too light to be mine. So whose are they? I mean, I carried both of them for 40 weeks. They look like me, right? Just a little lighter.
Can we just normalize mixed families? It's now 2025. There's no excuse for people to act like biracial kids are just some rare phenomenon. Nothing new. The second, we need to retire these intrusive questions and assumptions. If you're not asking with a genuine support or just curiosity, just keep it moving. And for the moms out there, girl, I got you. Whether your child looks like your twin or just a polar opposite, just know that you are doing an amazing job. At the end of the day, guys, family is family. It doesn't or shouldn't matter what they look like. A Black mom with white passing kids or a white mom with a Black baby navigated uncharted waters with, of course, grace, humor, and I can imagine a ton load of patience. This isn't about race, it's about reality, and these women deserve understanding, respect, and to shop in peace without having to answer such invasive questions. Anyone who is guilty of this, the next time you see a mixed family out, you should skip that head tilt at the commentary. Just keep smiling. This is where I'm gonna wrap up today's video, guys. Remember to just chime in with your opinions, of course, down in the comment section. And if you haven't already liked or subscribed, now's the time to go ahead and do so. As per usual, guys, thank you so much for watching until the end of another video. If you want to continue to watch more relatable discussions like these, you can go ahead and click that up next video with the right you saw on your screen and enjoy the day away. As per usual, guys, my name is Jody and I aspire to inspire. Until next time, guys, walk good.